Car update time. A lot of stuff has happened in the past week and change since I made the last video. We got some new stuff in. The car is obviously no longer here, so I wanted to update you guys and tell you guys what's going on with that situation, where it stands now as of Tuesday the 13th, and what I see for the future of this. So I talked to a shop about a week and a half ago, and they did not seem to really be super interested in helping me out. Like, they told me to tow it there, they would look at it and see if they could do something, but they didn't sound too confident, so I wanted to kind of put them on the back burner. My car detailer came here last Monday, not yesterday Monday, but the one before that, to wash my car, and I was like, yo, I got a new car in, you know, if you could wash that and just vacuum it up, make it kind of smell good, just do a basic thing on it. And he was like, yeah, sure. He's a young dude, he's a young Middle Eastern dude, he's Persian, and like, he had just started up his business like when I started working with him. Like, I was one of his first clients, and that was almost 6-7 months ago now. And the whole time he's been doing this, I've been trying to help him out. I know people think that, you know, I'm a moron and I don't know, you know, what the fuck I'm talking about in business, but I actually have a good grasp on basic business stuff, and I could tell that he likes doing this, so I'm trying to help him get set up. He got a van now, so he has his own water supply, all this sort of stuff. He's really starting to be on the come up, and I'm like, dude, you got to make fucking vlog videos about you detailing these cars. Like, oh, I can't edit. I was like, you don't have to know how to edit these things. People find this stuff so satisfying. So I've been helping him out ever since I've known him. He's probably like 18 or 19 years old, but I've been trying to, you know, build up his confidence, and, you know, because he does good work. So he came out, he just did a basic wash and a basic interior cleaning of the car, of the Cosworth, and it actually came out pretty good. Like, I'll have some low resolution pictures here, but I was actually very happy with the work that he did with just, you know, a basic wash and a basic vacuum out. I think it came out pretty damn good, and I was like, oh, okay, you know, we got some more potential here. We've got some more potential. The air filter came in, I put that in, tried to start it up. It started up a little bit better, but obviously not in driving condition. So he's like, well, what are you doing with this car? And I was like, well, I'm gonna try to take it somewhere to have the fluids done, you know, this, that, and the other, just basic stuff so I can get a good groundwork of what needs to be done in the future. Obviously I got to do the exhaust. And he was like, well, I know a guy. And I was like, you do? He was like, yeah, he's Middle Eastern like me. He's a friend of my family's. He's been working on our cars for decades. He has a shop downtown. You know, you want me to call him for you, and I'll get you bro prices on everything. You know, he won't charge you an arm and a leg. And I'm like, yeah, bro, call him up. So he calls him up. The dude's name is like Mwawa or something like that. I'm told to call him Mark, so I call him Mark. So Mark is like, yo, cool, bring it by Tuesday. I was like, well, I'll have to have it towed. He's like, no problem. So I'm like, great. Call up AAA, and I'm like, hey, I need a vehicle towed that I own. They asked me some questions. They asked me where the car's registered. I'm like, I just bought it. It's not registered. Like, oh, we can't do it if it's not registered. It's a liability thing. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. Okay, that's great. So I called Mark and told him what was up. He was like, well, just get it here sometime this week. You know, it's not a big rush. You're not in a big rush, right? I was like, no. So Thursday, I called around and I found a tow place. It was $100, which for the distance was very short, but they asked no questions, cash transaction, fist bump to seal the deal. Those are my kind of people. Those are my kind of people. So that is the car getting on the trailer where they brought it to the mechanic. And Mark told me he'll call me in a few days. This was late Thursday night. I still haven't heard from him yet. I'm not in a super rush. I told him, you know, I actually typed out a letter. I was like, these are the things I think need to be done. These are the things that I want done regardless. And then whatever else you find, just let me know. And so that's kind of where we stand right now. I haven't heard back from him yet. I'll probably call him later on this week or just shoot him a text or something and see what was up. So I'm still pretty positive about everything. It did not want to start when they picked it up that morning to put it on the trailer thing to tow it. Whatever, like he only tried it once and it didn't work. Everyone, you know, one of my neighbors came outside, Brooklyn Bruce, who's a big Nets fan. He's always wearing Brooklyn shit, so we always go back and forth. He's like, oh, I really like that car, man. I really like that car. And even the guy was like, oh man, this is a classic. So, you know, just at least they're feeding my ego a little bit with this. So where it stands now, she's in the shop. You know what's funny? I actually tried a bunch of mobile mechanics that I found on like Facebook and stuff. I told them the situation and none of them wanted to work on the car. None of them. I'm like, bro, not only can like you get money from me because I'm going to pay you for your work, but I will shout you out. I'll put you in videos. I'll promote your pages. Oh, we only like to work on 96 and above. It's like, why? So you could just fucking read codes? So you could just read the codes and see what's wrong? I have a list of things I want done, and they wouldn't do it. They would not do it. They would not touch this car. And I'm like, dude, you could literally see everything. If I had basic knowledge and a decent tool set, I could probably do it. I just don't want to fuck it up a bunch more than it's already fucked up. I feel like these are basic things I'm asking for, but like I said, I got a few parts in that I want to show you guys. Ah, my box fell down. Hold on a second. Alrighty, first off, we have, let me open it up. Come on! Flat badge. I like flat badges. I don't like the ones that are like the big raised up Mercedes symbol. I mean, they're fine, but I just think a flat badge would look better on this because it has that grill that's actually an aftermarket grill on it. A lot of 190E people are like, I hate that grill. I'm in a 190E Facebook group, and there's a lot of people who don't like that grill. I like the grill. I think it looks nice. I think it looks clean. This is some rubber stripping for the hood. I noticed, I guess it was Tuesday morning, we had a lot of rain, and I popped the hood because I was putting in the air filter, and I noticed the engine bay, it wasn't like soaked, but it was definitely wetter than it probably should have been. And I looked on the hood, and I noticed at the part where like the windshield and the hood meet, it looked like this rubber sealing had came off. This seems a lot smaller to me than it should be, but maybe it's not, because it says it's for the car. I think there's a lot of like metal that goes along with it, and I think it goes into like a little like ravine almost, and then you put this in that part. So I'm excited for that. And then we have the Big Daddy piece, which the box just fell over again, so I have to go get that. So one of my longtime viewers, Wishbone, told me about someone in California who does dashboard crack like restoration. They do all sorts of dashboards, especially for classic cars, when they start to break. And I like that idea. I looked up some pricing of that place, and it seems very expensive. Most of the things that I saw that were like sample quotes were like $2 grand and up. Now, I would like to do that eventually. However, I'm not dropping $2 grand right now on cosmetic stuff until the car is running good, but I don't want to look at that cracked dash. So I actually got something called a car lay or cover lay or something off of carparts.com. And this essentially is the exact dashboard of the car, just an overlay for it. So you essentially glue it on and you put it on top of the dashboard that you have already. Now, what's cool about this is that it's a perfect fit. It's custom made for the car. It just raises it up like probably like that much, like a couple centimeters, because obviously it's something on top of it. But this was $130 something. And like my mom was like, what do you want for Christmas? And I was like, buy this. So you glue it on. It comes with the glue and all that sort of stuff. Very easy. You just clean off the surface area, you apply the glue, you put some pressure on it, put a couple books, something to weigh it down like for a few hours, and then bam, you're good. So I thought this was a hell of a deal, and a lot better than, you know, dismantling the dashboard, mailing it out, and then having to wait, you know, spend a couple grand on it, because I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on this car, you know, especially if it's stuff that's like not super, you know, bad. You know, if there was like if there was like a gaping hole in a seat or something, like not the little thing that we patched up with the leather, but like a huge hole in the ass of a seat or something, okay, I'll look at getting some different seats or something like that. But this is all just stuff that's very basic. And if it's basic stuff, I don't want to go too crazy with it. Obviously, you know, down the road, I want to get the 190E Evo 2 rims, probably some knockoffs, you know, get some 17s of those, maybe some 16-inch BBS RSs. Those are kind of expensive though. But I don't want to spend an arm and a leg on stuff until the car is running good and I don't have to worry about that. So this made perfect sense to me. So that's pretty much where we stand right now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I am hopeful. You know, I've been looking at some exhaust stuff. It doesn't look all that expensive. I might actually put like a performance muffler on there too, just because I don't like the muffler that it has. Like the actual muffler, from what I saw, it didn't have any holes in it. If it does have holes in it, then we're definitely doing a performance one, but we might do a performance one anyways, and I'll just buy it, have it sent to that shop, and then have them put that on when they're doing the whole exhaust. But I'm hopeful. I am hopeful, you know, maybe by the end of this month, maybe I'll have it back. You know, I'm still doing registration stuff, and that's a fucking pain in the ass because the state I'm in, I can't even get it registered in the state till January. That's the earliest we can do. So I'm doing all this other stuff. 49 Montana, if you know, you know. So we're doing that. It's been a learning process, but I you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over spilt milk. I'm usually good at business besides buying this car. That was a blunder. So I feel like I'm gonna come out on top of this. And hell, there's a fucking 190, it's a manual granted, but there's a 190E for sale in California right now. I'll put it up on the screen. It's only got like 50,000 miles on it. They're asking $54 fucking thousand for this. All right, if I could come out way less than that, fixing this bitch up, which I will because I didn't pay anywhere near that, then I'll be happy. I'll be satisfied and I will be content. That's it. That's it. It could be for a while. Who the hell knows when the car is coming back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you guys for checking out this video. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.